Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. Two Columbus police officers are being held as heroes when a tornado struck the friendly city nearly 2 weeks ago. A Columbus man found himself trapped inside a building, buried under debris. On Tuesday, Officer Roger Tate and Corporal Roman Sones received certificates of commendation for rescuing the man inside. Our Quentin Smith, he speaks with one of the officers involved with the rescue. He now joins us live in the studio with their story. Hey, Quentin.
Scott, the officer I spoke with, says he's grateful they were able to safely and successfully rescue the man who was trapped inside. However, he doesn't consider himself a hero. He says what he did that Saturday is just one of his many duties as a Columbus police officer, serving and protecting his community. Body cam footage shows intense moments as two Columbus police officers rescue an elderly man trapped inside a collapsed building.
911 called us and said that a supervisor for the building had an employee that was trapped, and he already spoke to his employee over the phone. And they gave us the address and where they're going to be located. With
the tornado causing a power outage and leaving behind massive damage all throughout town, the two officers were truly walking into the unknown.
We had to leave our vehicles some ways back and then find a roundabout way to run through the down foliage.
Braving the elements, the two CPD officers used their flashlights to help them make their way through the scattered debris and find their way to the demolished building.
It didn't look like there would be anything left. The way the building was down, we didn't think we'd be able to find anybody, and we didn't know that he'd be in there. But I guess he heard the other officer and I talking to each other, and then he yelled out for us, and then we saw him.
Once they spotted him, officers lifted door frames, cinder blocks, and other debris that had the elderly man trapped inside.
For one, the fact he was still alive, that was the utmost important thing. And I was also amazed that, given his age and his injuries, that he's able to at least walk with help. But that was a big relief, knowing that he wasn't critically injured or seriously wounded in that nature.
It took officers roughly 15 minutes to get him out of the building. We're blurring the victim's face to help protect his identity. Once rescued, officers had to create a makeshift bridge to walk him out of the damaged area and get him to a hospital.
An ambulance was trying to get to us, but because power lines were down, there's no way they could make it. You could actually, where we were at, we could see the ambulance 2 or 3 blocks away that was stuck. So the officer Tate, his car was closer. He was able to put in the back of that, and he drove in the ambulance himself.
Corporal Roman Sones says he's thankful that their efforts helped lead to a safe rescue. However, while many others are calling it a heroic act, Sones says he was simply doing his job.
More or less, that's what our job is. I mean, it does say protect and serve on the badge and the vehicle. So I wouldn't say hero, I would just say a good employee.
Now, I'm told the victim was bleeding and did receive some cuts while being trapped inside the building. However, he is now doing fine and he is stable. I also want to point out the Columbus City Council recognized the officers for their outstanding job performance during their meeting this past Tuesday. Scott?